Concord was a failure, so what does that mean about the future of live service at PlayStation? Let's talk about it. Hello there everybody and welcome to The Comfy Spot. My name is Tyler and today we are going to be talking about Concord's failure and what that means for the future of PlayStation's gamble with live service games. Now, last week was a bit of a rough one for PlayStation. The same day that they released Astro Bot to rave reviews across the industry, Sony shut down Concord, their latest attempt at breaking into the live service space. A small community of fans might have enjoyed Concord during its 2 weeks on the market, including myself. I really enjoyed that game. However, with estimates of abysmal sales across PS5 and PC and an equally tragic amount of players, the game was unfortunately dead on arrival. So it's left the future of Concord and its developer Firewalk Studios up in the air right now. It's in limbo as the team plans their next move. So no matter how you look at the situation, this sort of failure is unprecedented in the games industry, point blank period, especially for PlayStation, which prides itself on releasing high quality games. So with more live service games in development across PlayStation's first party teams, the question kind of has to be asked in a time where live service games, the live service bubble is bursting. What chance of success do PlayStation's other live service games have, and what is Sony's strategy when it comes to them going forward? Now for context, back in 2022, Sony announced plans to release 12 live service games by March of 2026. Last November in 2023, that number was brought down to 6 games as Sony's president Hiroki Totoki emphasized that Sony wanted the games to be up to the quality that is expected from players. And at the time, those 6 games included Concord from Firewalk Studios, it included Fair Games from Haven Studios, it included Marathon from Bungie, there was also the long in development Last of Us multiplayer game, there was a new IP coming from London Studio, and then also a multiplayer game set in the Horizon universe coming from Guerrilla Games. Since then though, Naughty Dog has cancelled their Last of Us multiplayer project in order to avoid becoming a live service developer only. London Studio was unfortunately closed at the beginning of this year, 2024, and as we all know, Concord has failed. Of the games left standing, Marathon has perhaps the best chance at success. As an extraction shooter, it's releasing into a market that's not too saturated right now, and with the Bungie name behind it, it is guaranteed to at least have an audience at launch, granting it a chance to thrive beyond its early days. The Horizon multiplayer game also has a good chance to succeed due to the power of the Horizon IP, in my opinion. Multiplayer is something that fans of the Horizon series know. We've been wanting that, we've been imagining that ever since the very first entry came out in 2017, with comparisons, of course, obviously being made to Capcom's popular Monster Hunter franchise. So with that in mind, it's easy to see a Horizon game that expands its unique gameplay systems to a multiplayer experience. It's easy to see that being a hit with fans. I will say though, a Horizon live service multiplayer game could easily backfire on Sony because fans could rally against it as the wider gaming community in recent years has grown increasingly tired of seeing developers known for their stellar single player games shift to making live service games. I mean, we don't have to look any further than Suicide Squad killed the Justice League earlier this year, as well as Marvel's Avengers when that came out a few years ago too. Both games came from developers that were well known for making great single player games, and then now we get these live service games and they are not up to snuff. So if that happens with a Horizon multiplayer game, or if the game just ends up straight up being not good at all, it will be a black mark on the Horizon brand, which is something that Sony most definitely wants to avoid. So this all brings us to Fair Games now. In the wake of Concord shutting down, this is the title in Sony's live service push that I feel has the biggest hurdle to overcome. As a new IP coming from Haven Studios, which is also a brand new studio, albeit one that is headed up by industry icon Jade Raymond, we know basically nothing about Fair Games, outside of the fact that it's a competitive heist game that involves stealing from the rich. What does the actual gameplay look like? In a crowded live service space, what will it do to attract an audience and stand out from other games? There are rumors that even after everything that happened with Concord, PlayStation is impressed with Fair Games so far. But all that said, one has to wonder, what plans does Sony and Haven have in the works to try and avoid a similar failure? The lack of any gameplay or any updates from the team since its reveal last year in 2023 has caused questions to linger and allowed reservations to arise. So needless to say, there is a lot Fair Games has to prove right now. The live service space, it's not an easy one to find success in, and ironically, Sony has experienced both ends of that spectrum in the exact same year. Earlier this year, Helldivers 2 was a smash hit when it came out, and just a little over 6 months later, Concord has completely bombed. So the PlayStation brand, which again is known for its high quality games that are regularly held in high regard, that's what the PlayStation is all about, it's what they're known for. So having a blemish like Concord on its record, it is sure to result in some reassessing behind the scenes. As I said before, the live service plans that Sony had were already being dialed back, and I'm sure that this latest debacle has brought these plans to an absolute standstill. Now, with the exception of Bungie's new IP that they're reportedly working on, codenamed Gummy Bears, I wouldn't be surprised if Sony decided to halt production on all their other new live service games that were early in development and thoroughly review them to ensure, okay, what are we gonna do? Are you gonna go forward? Are you gonna go forward? Who's not going forward? Is everything just being shut down? What's gonna happen? What are we doing with these games? I would imagine those are some of the discussions that are being had right now behind the scenes at Sony, at PlayStation by their higher ups and all. It's a difficult decision, it's a tough conversation, and that gets into the question of what is the future of live service games at PlayStation. And right now, honestly, I think it's pretty unknown what the future is for live service games at PlayStation. And I honestly don't think anyone can correctly predict what path Sony will take with them. Continuing to chase the high risk, high reward of the live service revenue beyond what's already in the works, or do they finish what they have and just cut their losses and get out while they can? Either way, the failure of Concord is always going to be looming over the execs at the company like the ghost of live service past, reminding them of where they've been and where they can end up again. What do you guys think though? What do you imagine is the future of live service games at PlayStation? Do you think that we're going to be getting a lot more past what's already in development? Do you think that they're going to only do those and then cut their losses and leave? What do you think is the plans going forward? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And also, before I wrap this video up, I do want to say again to the developers at Fireworks Studios, it is an unfortunate tragedy that the game Concord has been shut down after so little time on the market. I really enjoyed the game. It was a lot of fun. I had such a great time with it when it was first revealed. I enjoyed the beta. I was on this game side from day one. I was saying we need to give it a chance, and I enjoyed it. I wish more people gave it a chance because you had a really great game on your hands there. There were issues, of course. It was not perfect, but it was a great game, and I was really looking forward to seeing what more you all did with it. Hopefully Concord is able to come back in some way, shape, or form. And hopefully the team at Firewalk is able to, if not do Concord, continue working on another game. Hopefully they're able to stick around, stay alive, and keep on making some great stuff. All that said though, let me know your thoughts on the live service conversation down below in the comment section. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel as well, and hit the notification bell, that way you know as soon as new videos go live. My name is Tyler, this has been The Comfy Spot, and we'll talk next time. Have a good one.